Good? Make some noise for Alert, y'all. Realistically, I feel like yesterday, they were like, hey, let's do it live. And so this was kind of like just having fun. So hopefully you guys were cool with it.
I can't really relate to fate, because I was conceived in hate. Born and dipped in a wall, my father called me a mistake. You figure you need a father figure to help you grow. And he was a father trying to figure it out, but took it slow. See, sometimes the pain lies adjacent to the basement door. Or reminiscing how you kept it locked when I slept on cement floors. Having no words spoken, provokes more pain than harsh words that choke, watch you inhale gun smoke. Buy it down with your time. Tell me everything is fine. I want to see me shine. Cause I'm on a thin line about to fall off and burn. But I yearn and turn from unconcerned and learn from the pain and the shame it's the same. And I can forgive quick. But every time I try, I think of being hit with a pool stick. And then I quit. The pain only lasts until he got blasted and passed away. But I'm an adult now and it affects me every day. I look in the mirror and stay slim. And sometimes reflect him. And oftentimes I'm afraid to reflect his sin, but God spoke a promise. And with his words he wiped the tears, and he passed down the blessing that I missed in past years. See, God speaks promise, and from the word he wipes the tears, and he passes down the blessing that we missed in childhood years. So real quick, I want to elaborate on this really quick. I'm going to tell you the story of my 3 dads, okay? My first dad, Chicago, was abusive, used to beat my mom, was involved with drugs, money laundering, just about everything you can think of. Left my mom and my older brother and I locked in the basement. Left us there for 3-4 days at a time while he did his drug dealing upstairs. Was just very abusive, very angry person. So at the age of 4 or 5 years old, we get a call that my real father was shot in the head because of a deal gone bad. So, hi, there's my first dad. Okay? Second dad, when I was 8 years old, was my stepdad. And in the beginning, everything was cool. He would take me to the park. He would tell me how much he cares about me. I think he tried to pour into me. And everything was really cool until the time where he and my mom had another baby, my little brother. Quickly after that, my little brother just was the world to them. He was the apple of his eye, and I shortly got pushed out of the equation. So I spent the bulk of my teenage years trying to do things to impress my father, trying to gain his acceptance, and trying to gain just love and affection from him, which is, young children shouldn't have to do that. But nonetheless, the more I pushed in, the more he backed away, and it did an interesting thing to me. It made me a very angry person. So, of course, the natural thing, I started getting in fights at school. Someone would disrespect me. I'd get into a fight, and I weighed like, 50 pounds. But I just would get into fights. I had no respect for authority. Just changed the course of my whole world. Even up into leaving high school and all that stuff, I just was completely lost, completely broken, still longing for affection from a father. I just couldn't get it. I remember this one time confronting my dad, because I remember someone's mom told me, Thomas, you just need to sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk with your stepdad. Tell him how you feel. And, okay. So I went and I sat down with my stepdad. I was like, hey, Dad, I want to let you know that I don't feel like I get any affection from you or love from you. You never tell me you care about me. You never, you don't do anything. And he just stared at me. And I think in that moment I was devastated. And I just said, forget you people, I'm out. Then an interesting thing happened to me about 2 years later, after being rebellious and just angry and fighting, just drug use, the whole nine. I had a lady who was 43 at the time. She was a friend of my mom's, and she wasn't the one that told me to talk to my dad. She was a different girl, but she took me out to a picnic, and she began to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with me. And in that moment, I felt, for the first time, when she really explained the accomplishments of Jesus Christ and what Jesus Christ had actually done for me, that because of my sin, and because of my rebellion, and because of my hatred towards him, God sent his son Jesus to the earth because he was driven with so much affection for me, so much passion and love for me, that he went to the cross and he took on the sin that was so mine. He took on the judgment and the wrath for me. And in that moment, I can't even explain it, but my heart changed. For the first time in my life, I felt that affection and love from a father figure, but this time it was just so much, it was just the apex of my life. Nothing in my life has ever compared to the beauty and the joy that I experienced in the salvation of Jesus Christ. So I said that to tell you guys this. I know you guys probably hear this stuff all the time. Jesus died for you. Jesus died for you. But it's real. God sent his son to capture his elect. And so I would encourage you guys today that if you're lost, if you've strayed away, if you are far from God, and you want to get back to him, he is that Father that will never leave you, never forsake you. He is waiting for you with arms stretched out, saying, come to me, my child. So I just want to encourage you guys in that. And I say that, and I do these things. I write songs, and I tell people about the gospel of Jesus Christ, because when I was your age, no one told me. Nobody told me. And it rocked me. It rocked me. And so I made a commitment to myself that I would be that one dude if no one else was coming to do it. But I would come tell folks like you that Christ died to take away the sin of men, to have unity with you guys for his elect. So find your purpose and find your destiny in Jesus Christ alone. That's it.